Patrick, we get to talk about the fun stuff, aviation. Never mind all the beaches and the jungles. We want to talk about planes, metal. That's the heart of the travel industry. It's what makes it run. And we're here talking about Gig, which of course is the airport that Air Canada is now flying to from Toronto during the summer-winter season. Summer in Brazil, winter in Canada from December to March. Now, I want to ask you, you get to look at all the numbers, you see the traffic coming in and out of the various hubs here in South America. All eyes are on South America lately. What are you seeing in terms of trends? Are we seeing way more Canadians come to this part of the world? And is it business? Is it VFR? Is it leisure? Give us a bit of the meat.
Okay. Yeah, I think in general we think that Rio and Brazil is trending at the moment. Yeah. Trending in various regions of the world. So I think couple of weeks ago, Google published numbers that Rio was the most searched destination for Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
And we picked this up on the demand side as well. Yeah. We have very strong demand from the southern cone at the moment. So Argentinian and travelers from Chile are way up,
right.
For various reasons. But we see strong demand as well from North America and from Europe as well. I think our challenge so far has been the lack of aircraft in the market. So we
not just yours, I think the entire industry can relate to that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we managed to connect well with North America during the northern summer, the northern winter. You know, between November and March, April, we have double daily Miami, Dallas, New York with American and Delta, and now Air Canada.
Right. So just in terms of positioning the hubs in Brazil, of course, Sao Paulo has always been the primary connecting hub and the primary driver, I think, for aviation traffic. Air Canada's daily, and it's packed every day. It's unbelievable. So now Rio, your mission, I presume, is to compete in a certain way with Sao Paulo, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've gone through a change in aviation policy here recently. So we have two airports in Rio de Janeiro, a domestic city airport in the city center, it's very beautiful, and the international airport. But after the pandemic, because the small city airport is slot constrained, a lot of the domestic capacity went in there.
I see.
And we lost our feet. It went there to protect slots that have a future value.
Slots.
Yeah. Slots. So we ended up 2 years ago with just 20% of domestic seats. But now the government has understood that it needs to protect the international hub and gateway. And now the picture is reversed. So we've got 75% of domestic seats feeding our international network, and that is helping to bring carriers like Air Canada back to Rio.
And so, exactly. And so on that front, with Air Canada, I mean, Rio can be considered a end destination, of course, has a lot to offer as a jumping off point for a greater, tour of the area of Brazil. And Air Canada Vacations is offering a lot of those packages, but also it has a code share with GOL, right, to go onward. So what would that feeder traffic look like?
Yeah, I think the exciting news for us is that GOL have decided and have publicly stated that they want to create their largest domestic hub in Rio de Janeiro at GIG.
Wow.
Larger than Guarulhos, larger than Congonhas. And that is happening. So by the end of next year, beginning of the following year, we should have more domestic seats offered by GOL at Galeão than at Guarulhos. And that then helps to distribute the traffic from Air Canada. GOL and Air Canada have a code-share agreement. So GOL can take Air Canada's passengers to Iguaçu, can take them to Manaus, can take them to the Pantanal and all the other beautiful places
Say those words
Brazil.
Again. It sounds wonderful.
Yeah, so to your question, we clearly see ourselves as retaking our position as the second and a very strong international gateway to Brazil.
Right. And in terms of details, if someone is connecting, will their luggage be through checked to the final destination on GOL?
It will get the tag.
Okay.
But you still have to recover it at the baggage belt because, like in the US, I believe, you have to first identify your bag and give customs a chance to take a look at it.
There's no Schengen area, as it were.
There is no Schengen area.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so you have to recheck, and that's just a technicality ultimately, not because you don't have the capability to do that.
It's a technicality that is common to all Brazilian airports.
Of course, makes sense. Yeah. Now, as Rio grows as a hub and attracts more and more traffic, are you looking at infrastructure improvements? Because that's always a big part of an airport's, raison d'être, as it were. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for us it was a bit the other way around because we went through the World Cup in 2014 and then we went through the Olympics in 2016.
Right, of course.
And as part of our concession agreement, we had to build a new pier and make various improvements to our infrastructure. So we are reaping the benefits now, of investments that were made pre-pandemic in preparation for the Olympics. So I think we have a great retail and food and beverage offering and 7 lounges, various operators. So I think Air Canada will be
well served.
Well served.
Well served. The final thing that I just want to ask you, as an observer of traffic, because I'm sure global traffic is something you look at, and the attraction to this part of the world, and Brazil in particular, would you say it's primarily an economic driver? Because of course there's a lot of movement of South Americans in terms of their business alliances around globally. Is that a big part of it? Is it because tourists are more interested in going sort of a little bit beyond their boundaries and exploring other areas of the world that they haven't been to? Where do you see really the emphasis being?
Yeah, I think it's a mix. In the southern cone here, we certainly see economic drivers, exchange rates that are a big driver behind this. So a huge influx of Argentinians at the moment. The demand from North America and from Europe is a mix. I think we see Rio de Janeiro trending at the moment, as I said earlier, on social media and everywhere. It's fashionable at the moment, and some other trade publications. We see it everywhere. Condé Nast and so forth. But Rio is also a big oil and gas hub. So Brazil is set to become the 4th largest oil producer in the world. I don't know if it's good news for the environment, but it is a big industry.
Good news for business.
It's good news for business. It's a big industry, which is growing and continuing to grow. We see it on the cargo side as well very strongly. So I think it's a mix.
Interesting. And I think Canadians' relationship south of the border, which is probably also they're looking elsewhere, and a little further south might be fun to check out. So I think that's probably in your favor as well.
I think you're touching on some political issues. I think this works both ways. I think Brazilians always like to send their kids to learn English, be it in the US or be it in Canada. I think Toronto is very popular for language courses, and I'm sure we're going to see a little uptick there as well.
Yeah. Well, good to know we've got Brazilians coming to stay with us. That's wonderful. Listen, thank you so much. I look forward to hearing more about the growth with Air Canada now coming back after they've been here for the Olympics and COVID hit. So I think that was most unfortunate because they were looking forward to this being a huge destination. But take 2, right?
I think they we had the chance to sit down with the Air Canada team last year in Montreal, and they left during the historically biggest economic crisis the country has ever seen. So I think their experience, let's say, is a little bit off the chart, and I think I'm sure we're going to do better this time around.
We'll fix it this time. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Okay, great.